What's up, gamers? It is I, the Padlocks Tech, and I know some of y'all are wondering where I've been, where are all my videos. We might get into that. We might not. The past couple of years have been a lot for everybody, not just me. I have very little to be concerned about as of right now. The worst that's happened to me really is a snowstorm that's taken me out of work for the past since Friday. It's now Tuesday. I'm in Texas, so we have snow. So I've been away because um, not really any reason, really. I kind of just got overwhelmed. I I I spent some time trying to make games. I made my first game. Of course, y'all all know what game that is. It's Lux the Thief. I talk about all the time. Then I tried to make Orange Soul Brother. It didn't give me any passion, so I dropped it. Then I tried to make Lone Swordsman, and it was a great concept. People loved it, loved the idea, but I thought to myself, this is going to take a lot of work to pull off. So I shelved that game for a little while until I can get the resources. Let's say I get a publisher or a Kickstarter, and I get the funding to really put all my effort into the game. Lone Swordsman will return in Avengers Doomsday. I've also been going to school ASU. I was taking calculus, but I dropped it. Then I tried to take calculus again. I dropped it. So the at the school they have a 7 week courses. Well, they have full week courses like 16, 17 weeks, but most of the time in the degree plan I'm going for, which is software engineering and computer science, they have 7 week courses. And I've been having a hard time really like just doing that, like calculus 7 weeks. Like programming I can do 7 weeks because it like intrigues me. And I love math, but I haven't, other than the pre-calculus I took at ASU recently, the last time I've done any math, college algebra back in 2005. So yeah, the goal is to potentially go and do my math classes at community college and do my software engineering classes at ASU. I'm also still driving for Uber, of course. It's good. It's been really good. It pays my bills, and I still teach at Richland College, which ironically is probably where I'm going to go to do my math courses. This year, this semester, I'm teaching my favorite class, which is game history. It's actually called Design and Creation of Games, but I like calling it game history because I get to teach the history of video games from way in the beginning when computers first got introduced all the way to about indie games and mobile games. I've also been learning a lot more game development because I don't want to just follow along with tutorials. I want to really know how to make games from my head. Like I want to design something, like write up a design and then like build, and that's the goal. I have faith in this one course that I've been looking up by Unity Code Monkey. He has a problem solving course. I took half of the free course and I did pretty well. I'm going to finish that up sometime, probably tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Um, but I like that course. It looks like it can really help me learn some actual game development without learning through tutorials. Ironically, it is a tutorial, but I think what I would get if I learned from it is the ability to not have to depend on tutorials. In the meantime, I've been working on a small prototype. This is something I want to get some testers on once I get all the features done. It has more gameplay features than anything I've done in Locks the Thief or even Lone Swordsman. It has things like lock-ons, ragdoll physics, climbing, combat, blocking, dodging, I'm working on ladders. Ladders have been driving me crazy, but you can climb up ledges and stuff like that. It's very basic. As you can see, there's no UI, but like they say, you need to get your basic prototypes done before you do anything else. I want this to be a full game. I'm thinking tight, like tight knit games that don't take too much to build and don't cost too much to make. That's the goal. As you can see, it's climbing. Uh, so that's the goal. I want. I still want it to be not not huge, but I want it to be big enough. Like I'm one guy making a game by myself with no real funding except what I can get out of my own pocket. So I need to remember that. And that was the problem. This is actually in Unity. The problem with Locks the Thief and Lone Swordsman is I was trying to build it in Unreal Engine, which requires a lot more resources. Usually, usually it takes a lot of people to make an Unreal Engine game. And I know there are some times where people have the ability to make pretty good games in Unreal Engine all by themselves, but I'm not one of those people. So I switched to Unity temporarily. I still teach Unreal Engine at Richland College because that's the requirement. But I'm focusing on Unity and Blender 3D modeling, keeping the software simpler, less expensive, less performance heavy and stuff like that. And I think it's going to be good. It'll help me know my limitations as well as know how to make things with my limitations instead of just like thinking I can do these big epic stories and stuff like that. I do plan on them being very fun though, like fun in games. I know it's subjective, but that's something I want to do. So the goal of 2026 is to get my second commercial game done. My plan is to have a prototype for people to test by February. That's the goal. I'm making these goals that way I can try to reach them. If I don't reach them, I'm not going to cry about it. But if I set some arbitrary goal where I don't say anything, it makes it harder to actually push for it. So I'm thinking February, maybe March, I'll have a demo, prototype for people to test just to see if they think the game is fun and if I'm going in the right direction. I also am reading Bjorn Strup's C++ book. I know, like I said, I'm doing Unity, but I still have my hate relationship with C++, and I just want to read that book because I hear it's a really good book. Um, so yeah, that's the future. The future is tight games, games that can make in 6 months to a year, that are fun and stuff like that. Short dev times, low cost, knowing my limitations. That's right. No more big epic games that take 3 years to make by me. That was Locks the Thief was exhausting and it came at the perfect time since it was during the pandemic. But I wish ironically, back then, I was actually looking at Unity and I was making a two-player game called The Thief and the Muse, which I wish I stuck with it because I would be a little bit more ahead right now than I am then. And I probably would have finished that game faster than 3 years because Unreal Engine is a beast. But yeah, that's it with that. So yeah, thanks for rocking with me as always. Don't forget to visit my website, thepadlockstech.com, link in the description. If you click this little orange thing right here, this click here, sign up for my mailing list, it'll take you to my mailing list. I have 249 seats available for my mailing list. If I get more people, I will increase that. But join the mailing list, you can get free goodies in the future and updates on things like that. But yeah, this is my website. I made it on my own. You click these links. I got a little about me, got my creations. I need to put my new guy that I just showed y'all in here, but I all that stuff that y'all saw uh, for that new game was made in 9 days. Lone Swordsman, for example, took 6 months to make all this. And it's kind of buggy, actually. And Lux the Thief took 3 years. So these are Unreal Engine games. That's a Unity game. Not saying Unity is better. What I'm actually saying is because I did Unreal Engine and as you can see, C++, it made Unity a little bit more easier to manage. It made me be like, oh, the Unity is kind of tough, but at least it's not as tough as Unreal Engine. So it's really based on what you want to do. But like I said, one more time, come to thepadlockstick.com. You can click here to sign up for my mailing list. All you have to do is enter your first name and your email address. I'm not sure if first name is required, but if you want to give me your first name, that's fine. Here's some of my creations. And it says canceled, canceled, and finished. I did not want to be the game dev that quits his games, but it is inevitable. There's no such thing as a game dev who's made every last one of their games. So yeah, there you have it. Oh, the reason all my videos are gone is because they weren't really getting any traction. I didn't really like some of the quality of what I was making either. So hopefully we can get more quality creations for the next year. Uh, Very little engagement too, so there's that. So I'm reintroducing myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove. You can call me Lo. And yeah, once again, thanks for rocking with me. Uh, it's snowing. Well, it's not snowing, but it's frozen out there. It snowed, like I said before, on I think Friday. No, on Saturday here in Texas, and the ice has been on the ground since then. So I've been doing nothing except making games and reading books and playing games and doing stuff like that. So yeah, I will be back for Doomsday. Thank you for rocking with me. Don't forget to secure your bag, secure your body, and secure your soul. And I will see y'all next time.